Each Friday on this broadcast, we feature heroes, the men and women returning from Iraq, many of them to overcome wounds and to overcome challenges. Tonight, Casey Wyan has the story of Marine Corps First Sergeant Russ Acosta, who's overcoming challenges like any that he faced in combat that will require, however, every bit as much courage.
After 20 years in the Marine Corps, First Sergeant Russell Acosta saw his first combat during the war in Iraq.
As far as flying bullets, this was the first real one.
His experience was typical: weeks of waiting and training in Kuwait, followed by the order to move. Acosta oversaw a battalion of 200 combat engineers, entering Iraq 8 hours after the first assault wave.
The night we crossed the Euphrates was probably the longest. It was about 18 hours of straight driving for 5 miles an hour, trying to get that whole, the whole division basically across that river. It was tough.
But perhaps not as tough as what he's faced since returning home July 13th. During the trip home, Acosta learned his sister Lorraine was losing her battle with cancer.
My wife sent me a pretty urgent message that she was going to pass away.
Acosta was sent home 10 days early to say goodbye.
The last year and a half, we really didn't get along too good, even though she was my oldest sister. And that made it even more important to me to get back and hug her and tell her I love her, and I did.
She died July 23rd, but there was little time for grieving.
My son was born on August 11th, 3:45 in the morning. It's just the greatest feeling for a parent.
Acosta's wife, Jackie, spent his deployment pregnant.
You try and concentrate on the job at hand. You have stray bullets all over the country looking for you.
I think we're closer. I think that has changed. I think that definitely makes you appreciate everything you have, knowing that we could have lost him, but he came home.
Thrilled to have a son to complement 2 daughters, the emotional tide turned again as baby Joshua was diagnosed with Down syndrome.
I cried, fell to my knees and cried for about 20 minutes. Then I realized I had a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old who I teach, and we're going to continue to teach that there's nothing in this life we cannot overcome, and we will. And I feel like the luckiest parent on the face of this earth right now. I really do, and that God picked us to raise this boy.
After facing combat, his sister's death, his son's birth, and Down syndrome diagnosis, all within a few short weeks, Acosta says faith and Marine Corps training have pulled him through.
Major General Conway told us before we crossed, about a week before we crossed the border, that courage is not the lack of fear. Courage is acknowledging that fear, controlling it, and overcoming it. And that's what we've been doing, and that's what we're going to do.
Casey Wyan, CNN, Murrieta, California.
Tonight's thought: valor is a gift. Those having it never know for sure whether they have it till the test comes, and those having it in one test never know for sure if they will have it when the next test comes. That from poet Carl Sandburg. And First Sergeant Acosta, obviously blessed with valor. When we continue, the editors of